Hello, people of the internet. This is Lee, and today I'm reviewing Sex Criminals number 7. This is a book by Matt Fraction with art by Chip Zdarsky. I think I got it right. This is the first Sex Criminals issue I have read. The reason for that being that my shop habitually sells out of it, which I think is a really great endorsement for the book. However, it's really impeded the fact that it is a Matt Fraction book. I am a huge fan of Hawkeye, and this has been something that I've genuinely wanted to read for several months now and just haven't been able to get my hands on. Now, granted, some of that may have been laziness on my part. First trade paperback has been published, so if I wanted to obtain that as a retailer, I could do so. And that's going to be on my list next because this issue just left a lot of questions for me about the plot. Essentially, our two protagonists, when they... trying to say this delicately, but I don't think it's going to work out very well. When they come together, pun intended, time slows down and or stops. They're not really sure which. And during that time, they can do other activities, such as rob things if they so choose, or do other things. In this particular issue, they don't really do too much of that, so I don't know what other activities they are doing while everybody else is in a stasis due to their mutual orgasmic joy. She calls it, I think, the quiet, so I'll just refer to it as the quiet. When they're experiencing the quiet, they're, just doing other things. The writing is good, the art is good. A little bit of the writing charmed me because I think every single adult I know is still secretly 14 years old in some way or another, where they, giggle or make bad puns or off-color jokes, and it's fun. Nobody's really that big of a grown-up, at least not anybody that I enjoy being acquainted with. So the fact that some of this kind of harkens to Matt Fraction still having that adolescent sense of humor, it makes him human to me, and it endears me. I don't know how much of that I really want, so it could be something that just ends up greatly annoying me and getting me over the series. But we'll see. I actually went searching through my entire shop for additional issues because I had such a non-formed opinion about the series, and I wanted more of it so that I could have some context, so that I could just understand a little better what it was that I was reviewing. The idea that for everybody else time slows down and or stops, but for them they continue to be able to move forward. I want to know for how long that is. Generally, the quiet isn't the lengthiest moment in a person's life, and that's science, not me. Science. So I don't know if only like 30, 45 seconds, 2 minutes is passing for the entire rest of the world in a very slow pace while they're doing this, or I just don't know how much they're accomplishing during that quiet. So I think that I would need to read additional issues to have a more fully formed opinion of that. But yeah, there's just an interaction with the female lead and her best friend that felt like how people converse with each other. Matt Fraction is excellent at just writing character interactions, writing quiet scenes. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. As I mentioned before, the art is good, but not only is it good, it's actually well suited to the content. I did feel like the art very much looked like an indie book, but that's okay. It's an Image publication, so it's allowed to look indie, and I don't mind that. So yeah, this is something that I'm going to seek out additional issues of. It does have a lovely little disclaimer on the back for mature readers, because there is obviously a lot of sexual content, and amid, you know, the he references, of course, there's the actual act, I believe, though not in this issue. It's just an assumption based on context. So yeah, definitely a more of a mature reader book, but not mature like grown up, just mature like old enough to read about the queef jokes. So whatever that means to you. Anywho, yeah, overall, I liked it all right. Like I said, still left a lot of questions, makes me want to read additional issues so that I can find out the answers. I don't think that I jumped in a bad place. It seems like just, yeah, mostly a quiet book where there was some explaining of things and whatnot. So issue 7 seems like an okayish place to jump on, but I feel like there's definitely better ones, especially with the fact that Image does publish initial trade paperbacks with the first, I'm going to say probably 5 or 6 issues in them, for usually $9.99. Second trade paperbacks $14.99, so fairly inexpensive volumes to get a lot more information out of, especially if you are a Matt Fraction fan who wants to see him goofing with you like you are his friend. Who, for people who are Hawkeye readers, they already feel that sort of closeness, I think, with the creative staff. So having the opportunity to see that part of them will just further engage a make-believe relationship between the creative Matt Fraction and his fandom. So yeah. I'll let you know what I think when I get around to the trade paperback, but it's pretty all right. So there's my review of Sex Criminals number 7 by Matt Fraction. If there is anything else you would like me to review, please let me know in the comments. You can also like and subscribe to my channel. I always appreciate that. And you have a great day. Bye.